Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Night Satsang with John and Michelle.
Happy Sunday, everybody.
Happy Sunday and happy all sorts of things, eh?
There's lots happening here.
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys have had a good, relaxing weekend. And now you're ready for this great conjunction tomorrow. And we're glad that you're joining us. So thank you.
Yeah, and we've got the summer
solstice. Well, in some parts of the world it's the winter solstice, but for us it's the summer solstice.
Yeah, that's right.
Longest
Lots of things
day,
happening, yeah. It really is. And it's happening right now because, I mean, Australia's there already. I mean, they're past midnight.
Yeah, it's already happening. Yeah, we're already in it.
Yeah, we see a lot happening in in Australia at the moment. So, you know, the idea of getting together tonight is really to focus our intentions and our thoughts and our loves around the world. And I see Australia having quite a bit of restrictions at the moment to prevent the gatherings of people in groups which are meaningful for meditation and for sharing the community and the love. So let's just send Australia a lot of love at the moment, and let's send that love around the world. I believe that there are, you know, negative energies which are trying to slow down this transformation process, but the light is stronger than the darkness. And we are the light, and we're here to channel the light tonight, and we're here to be the light. And so I thank you all for joining us tonight. It's wonderful to be here with you tonight. And the topic for tonight is stepping into a new reality. Stepping into a new reality. And so Michelle's going to talk a little bit about the astrology of what we're going through at the moment, which is quite auspicious and quite major. And, you know, a lot of us have been taking a bit of strain this year with all sorts of things going on, and it's nice to know that the universe has got our back, that the universe is actually propelling us forward into a new world, a world of a much higher consciousness, higher vibration, higher world of love. And as I've said, this year is really about making a fundamental choice, each one of us making a fundamental choice between fear and love. While fear wants you to close yourselves, love wants you to expand. So as we sit here tonight, let's expand and let's connect.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us, everyone. And tell us where you're from and send us hearts and enjoy. Just relax, open, and see yourself as part of this, because you are.
Yeah, and you can also share this as well. It helps spread the light and the word. So share it and like it. That helps get the video out there to a greater audience. So thank you for all the hearts. Lovely. We love getting those. So it's the end of a weekend, and I'm sure a lot of us have had a busy weekend. Maybe some of us have a quiet weekend, and that's really good. We did say how important it is at this time to cleanse and to cleanse our mind, to clear our space, to clear our bodies, and hopefully we have been living or trying to be a little bit more centered in the last week in preparation for this transformation, which is happening energetically, and I think it's going to play out for quite some time to come. So let us just gently close our eyes and center ourselves in reality, in the present moment.
I just want to ask, before we do that, can everybody see us? Can you just give us a confirmation, because somebody said that they couldn't see us, and I just want to know that it's not our side.
And can you hear us? Because sometimes the microphone doesn't work properly.
Okay, nobody's
just let us know. Anything. Just let us know if you can.
I'm assuming you can hear us and see us. Okay.
Thank you. So let's just gently close our eyes and center ourselves in the only place that's real, and that is the present moment. The time is now. And while we get caught up in our mind and our stories, while the world of things and form drag us into its clutches, into its drama, we take this time, this moment now, to withdraw our mind from all other times and all other places and just become centered in the sacred essence of presence. Right here, right now. And we make use of the portal of the body. The body is always aligned with the vertical plane. It's always aligned with life. It's always aligned with presence. It's only our mind that has a want to leave reality and go away into a story. So let's just withdraw our mind from the story and become fully aware of the body as it sits here this evening. Become aware of what it's like to sit here. Feel your bum on the chair or the cushion or the couch. Become aware of the backrest that supports your body. Become aware of your feet on the floor. See that your arms and legs are not crossed. Gently relax your hands. See that they are lightly resting on your lap. Maybe a slight distance apart. And feel life as it moves through your body right now. Become an open conduit for presence to flow through you. See if you can feel this aliveness in your body right now. Just move your shoulders and your neck and release any tension there. And bring your awareness down into the body and back into the present moment. So just visualize stepping back into the present moment. Make that movement back into the now and down into the present moment. So you're fully anchored here and now to Mother Earth. And you might like to send a little gratitude to Mother Earth for the support she gives us, both individually and collectively. Individually as one person, but also collectively as a human race. We give thanks to Mother Earth for supplying all our needs. We give thanks for her being the holding space for humanity to have the many, many experiences that we do have on her. We also connect with all the other life forms that Mother Earth supports. The wonderful birds, the insects, the fish in the oceans, all our four-legged friends, the trees, the flowers, the rocks and the crystals, and the very breath of life. Now take a deep breath in, filling your whole body up with this breath of life, right down to your toes, and then a long relaxing breath out. Just let it go, let it go. Let's take a deep breath in, and as we do that, let us fill our body with this light presence, filling our body with the breath of life. And as we release now, as we relax and as we let go, just release all that no longer serves you. Just let go of all resistance to life. Let's try that again. Take a deep breath in, bringing this presence, this air, this breath of life into your body, filling every single cell in your body. With a sense of gratitude, release this breath. Just let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Relax your shoulders even more, your neck muscles even more. And now just allow life to breathe you, gently in and out. Becoming aware of the rhythm of the breath. Keeping your attention focused on this rhythm of breath and breathing without trying to force it. Without concerning yourself about the next breath. Let's just bring our awareness into just this one we're taking right now. Take it with full awareness, full consciousness, and take it with a sense of gratitude for the wonderful gift of breath. And as we focus on the breath and the breathing, we become aware that this oxygen is taken into the body, into the lungs, and it's the heart's job to pump this around the body. And so we become aware of the oxygenation of the blood, and it's taken down through the arteries and the veins and the capillaries to bathe every single one of the billions of cells in our bodies. It does it with love. It does it with ease. Flood your body in this moment with life, with presence, with gratitude for this process, this metabolic process that's taking place right now. We give thanks for the body for taking care of all of our needs, the breath, the beating of the heart, the digesting of the food, cleansing of the blood, the nurturing of each and every cell in our body, and the clearing of the waste products, the ability to walk, the ability to touch and to hold, for the ability to think, to see, for the ability to listen and taste. All of these are taken care of for us. They're taken care of by life. So just for a moment, settle back into the arms of life and do issue a little prayer of gratitude for life, as it is right now in this moment. If there are any aches and pains in your body, just surrender them to life. Become centered down into the present moment. And now I'd like you to feel the energy in your right hand. Become aware of the life that animates your right hand. And become aware of the energy that animates your left hand. And I'd like you to see if you can feel any energy between your right hand and your left hand, maybe as a ball of energy. Maybe you want to give it a color. And into that ball of energy, I'd like you to use your imagination and picture the glowing orb, which we know of as home, as Earth. Picture the Earth inside this orb of energy that you have between your hands. Hold the Earth in the embrace of life. And life is love. And love flows through the portal of presence. So we're holding the Earth in presence, allowing love to flow into her. Feel this flow from your heart into the very center of Mother Earth. Feel this connection and radiate this connection to your family, to your friends. Radiate this connection to all those in your community. Radiate this connection called love to everyone on this call, everyone in this online community, with a sense of gratitude for the support, the empathy, the compassion that we all share. And let this light radiate around the globe, clearing away the darkness, clearing away the unconsciousness, and bringing people fully into the light that is centered in our heart and radiates out. We give thanks for being alive on earth at this time, this very auspicious time. We give thanks for the privilege of being light holders, of anchoring that energy on earth right now. It is a task we all signed up for, to hold this energy at this time and to radiate this energy throughout the planet. We are not alone. The earth at this time is surrounded with angels, with beings of light, with those that care for the planet and watch over us. But we are co-participants. We have to willingly participate in this transformation, this upgrade. upgrade in consciousness. We give thanks for all the trials and tribulations that we have experienced to bring us to this point of surrendering our will to the greater will of the divine. We give thanks for being here tonight. We give thanks to all of those who hold us in their embrace, the embrace of love and the embrace of protection, for the light that emanates through this group. Take a deep breath in. Take it right down to your toes. And the long, releasing, relaxing breath out. Just let it all go. Surrender to life. Take another deep breath in, deeper than the first, right down to the toes and up into the crown of your head as well, filling your whole body. And then that beautiful, long, long, relaxing, releasing sigh out as we trust the next breath will be there for us. And it is. And we breathe in again, filling our whole body up with the breath of life, radiating it out into the world. And then a long, beautiful sigh out, relaxing, centering, letting go. And we give thanks for this time together. And when you're ready, you may gently open your eyes. And as you open your eyes, just become aware of how the physical body feels in this moment. How do you feel right now? Thank you. Thank you. Bless
That was
you.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
It was really lovely.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Welcome.
Evening as we step into
A new reality.
a new reality.
It's what we've all been waiting for.
Yeah.
It's almost like the energy of this year has been building to this, and now there's a shift happening. So whether we can feel it or not, I think it's just a sense of knowing that it's actually happening.
Yeah.
That there is a shift in consciousness happening, and we are part of it. And the very fact that you're here with us is that you're part of it.
Yeah. Let us know if you can actually feel an energy shift taking place. I know a lot of people have been tired, some people have been feeling dizzy, headaches. That's all indicative of this transformation of consciousness, like an upgrade that's taking place. And our bodies can take a bit of strain with that. The brain, works on electromagnetic grids, and the electromagnetic grids of the earth are being upgraded. The frequency is being raised. And those frequencies which are not in alignment with this higher frequency will take a lot of strain, a lot of resistance. And there is help. There is help. We can always call on help to release all that no longer serves us. So we become open vessels. One of the lovely prayers that we always say is from Rumi, and it's I am the hole in the flute. I am the hole in the flute that the Christ breath blows through. Listen to my music. So this process right now is a releasing, a letting go, to become empty and allow this higher consciousness to flow through us.
Which is
not
love.
a doing. It's not a doing
Which
at
is
all.
love. That Christ breath is love.
Love.
So that's
Love.
what this new consciousness is about.
Love.
And it's almost that we need to, this transition that we've been through this whole year has been showing us what needs to be released, showing us our sore points possibly, showing us where our insecurities are, where our stuck places are, where our wounded places are, where we battle to love. It's been showing us that all year.
Particularly areas of lack of self-worth.
Lack of self-worth, lack of self-love.
Yeah.
That's all been coming up for us in many different ways for many different people. And it's almost so that it can come up to the surface, so it can be cleared. So we don't carry it into the new, because this is a new frequency. It's, as John said, everything's been upgraded. So we need to upgrade our consciousness by letting go of that which we don't need.
Yeah.
So that we can actually align ourselves with this, which is why we've been doing this, which is why I'm sure you guys are sitting here tonight.
Yeah. And the most important thing before we share Michelle's astrological look at this time we're going through, just to reiterate what I said in the beginning, is this is a time of choosing. It's a time of choice.
Yeah.
And the choice is between fear and love. We need to make that choice consciously. And maybe you can write down on a piece of paper, 10 things or 20 things that you worry about, that you're fearful about. And look at them and ask yourself, are they real? Are they absolutely real? Do you know that they're real? And what would love do when faced with that particular fear? You need to acknowledge your fears. We don't need to suppress them, but acknowledge them. But then embrace them in the light of love. And love is acceptance. That's what love is. It's allowing. It's appreciating this moment exactly as it is. What the world needs now is not more fear, but more love, more acceptance, more allowing, more appreciation. And love can be appreciated in this moment, can it not? Yeah. So let's see what do the stars say.
Yeah, just to follow on there, it's bringing yourself into that point of power where you have that choice.
Yes.
And I think that's what we're moving into. We're moving away from just being ruled by it, to actually realize that we're co-creating our reality as we speak, as we sit, as we act. Our every intention, every action, every thought is feeding into the creation. So whatever we think, whatever we feel, we're actually feeding into that field of energy. So it's that our awareness is changing so that we actually really know that. It's not just a head thing. It's I know that I'm actually part of this. So astrologically, I mean, probably a lot of you, many of you have maybe watched my video, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but basically it's an auspicious time because of so many alignments all happening. It's not just one thing. So a lot of people have been saying, this great conjunction only happens once every 800 years. It doesn't. It happens once every 20 years, actually. But this one's more potent because of what's been going on, because it's at 0 degrees of a brand new sign and a brand new element. So those things are all feeding into the strength and potency of this time, which is like today, tomorrow, the next day. So it's not just one thing, it's not just one moment, it's a shift that's been building up. And it's been building up, I've been speaking about Saturn and Pluto and Jupiter for the whole year. Now these two, Saturn and Jupiter, have finally come together. And they've come together in an air sign, which is very different from where they've been for the last 200 years, which has been in Earth. And Earth's very much about form and structure and powers and top-down kind of governments and power structures. It's all about sort of manifestation and creating wealth and those kinds of things, creating our reality in the outside world. And what's happening now is that we're actually moving into the two of them as we speak. Actually, they've both moved in now. Saturn and Jupiter have come together in the sign of Aquarius, which is an air sign. That's the first time in 800 years that's happened. So just in terms of energetically, it's a much lighter, quicker energy. It's not as heavy, it's not as dense. And for me, what it represents, because it represents different things to different people, for me what it represents is really the old dying so the new can be reborn, which has been this process that we've been going through for a few years, but which is sped up this year. And going into this new sign, which is really more about the collective as opposed to top-down structure. It's about the people. It's about the power of thought. So that conscious point that you're talking about, that point of awareness where you get to choose your thoughts. You even get to choose what you feel about the thoughts that you're thinking. And that's where our power lies. And that's becoming more and more into our consciousness, that's why I'm seeing it as a huge, and most people are, and feeling it as an upgrade in consciousness. So it's not necessarily something that's going to happen from outside. It's something from each of us that we each feeling it. So with a year that we've been through, where everything's been brought up from the surface and laid out in front of us, and we've been kind of forced in a way to befriend ourselves to come back home. It's quite interesting, the literal translation of stay home. Go inside, find your sense of self, your sense of being from a different place, from inside rather than outside. And this is kind of a culmination. That's the way I'm seeing it. It's a culmination of that. Would you say that would be true, John, for you?
Yeah, and I think, in the past we've very much gained our sense of self, our sense of identity, our sense of self-worth on the world of doing and the world of things. And we've really negated and neglected beingness. And beingness is the primary creative energy of the entire universe. It's being. And as we make this transformation from the solid into the more energetic, we're going to realize the incredible power that we have in beingness compared to the old world where everything was dependent upon doingness. But that actually does put a lot of responsibility on our shoulders now, because time is speeding up. And, we had a sort of buffer between what we thought and what we felt and what showed up in our lives. And that buffer is being removed right now. So it puts a greater onus on us to be more responsible for what we're thinking and for what we're feeling. Yeah.
And that's a beautiful kind of explanation of these two planets that are coming together, because Saturn is the planet of responsibility, of maturity. Everybody gives him a bad rap because he's often associated with limitation and fears and all that. But actually, on the sort of upside of Saturn, it's responsibility, taking responsibility for what we believe, which is Jupiter, what we send out into the world, which is Jupiter. So the two of them come together now, and they come together at the exact minute tomorrow at about 7 o'clock in the evening in South Africa. And for the first time in 800 years, they're close enough to apparently see it, and because it's evening, we should be able to see it. So that's why it's known as the Star of Bethlehem, because these two giants are coming together, and they look like one planet, although they'll be a little bit apart from our position on Earth. It's not that they're actually together. It's from if we could see them, or if you look into the sky, they look as if they were together. They're millions of miles apart. Yeah. But symbolically, that's what it is. So it's raising the consciousness. Jupiter is all about truth and about disseminating truth and sending arrows of truth out into the world. Saturn is about responsibility, taking responsibility every moment for our reality. So something's coming up for me. It could be pain, it could be an emotion, it could be a feeling. Just being aware of it in that moment. Being loving to yourself in that moment. If you see your thoughts going into the future or the past or into the same old kind of wounded groove, then the power lies in the ability to see that in that moment and to bring yourself back to your true power. And I believe that that's what's going to heal this planet, is the more and more of us that stand together, which is actually the energy of Aquarius. It's together, humanity, together, the group, the collective. We stand together as one. That's where the power is. The power doesn't lie in this one, that one, and that one. It lies in us standing together. So,
that reminds me of that Hopi poem.
Yes.
And it says, don't look outside of you for leaders. Yeah. Don't look outside of you for leaders.
Exactly.
There is something within us that's all the same. It's all connected. And that has to lead us. Not a physical person anymore, authority figure telling us what to do. There is no authority other than that authority that sits deep inside your true beingness. That's where the authority is. And if you would like one powerful, powerful tool to help you through this process of empowerment, it's an affirmation. We'll talk a bit about affirmations in a moment, but if you can just keep this one in mind. My point of power is in the present moment. That's one of the most important affirmations you can ever recite. My point of power is in the present moment. Your past, your future can disempower you, and does disempower you. But the present moment is where you connect directly with life. Life is only alive now, ever. You are only ever alive now. And when we connect with that which we call presence, we become empowered with that same energy of all of creation.
Absolutely.
So my point of power is in the present moment. That is a powerful tool to help us into this age of Aquarius. Very important that.
Yeah, so absolutely, John. So it's that point of power that lies within us in this moment. It's that sort of similar energy of I see the greeting namaste. I see the divine in you. I acknowledge the divine in you, and I believe that we're going to be becoming more aware of that. That we are not that separate. We feel we are separate because we've got separate bodies, but actually at an essential level, we are completely connected. We are one. We are energetic. So we're ushering in an age of energy. On the higher end of this is the age of energy, where we'll understand, we'll really know the power of those thoughts as we put them out, as we feel them, as we feel the feelings. We'll know that we've got the choice to actually bring ourselves back and not be taken away by them, and not be swayed by the authority of those thoughts or the authority of some top-down structure that's telling us what to think and what to believe and what to say and when to say it. So we're taking back responsibility, and that's not necessarily going to happen in a minute. So we need to take responsibility every single moment and know that by doing that, we are feeding the field with that.
Yeah.
And as soon as you put something into the field changes forever, because it's a ripple effect, goes out forever. So whatever we're feeding the field is actually affecting the whole planet and beyond.
Yeah.
So that's why we're all so important, each and every one of us. We're all special. It's not that you're special, he's less special. You're all special because we're all part of it.
Yeah,
and we're all elected to come here at this time to do this.
And what you said earlier about that greeting of namaste. Namaste is the recognition of yourself in the other, of the divine in the other, which is in you. It's the recognition of that which is inclusive, that which has no separation. And if you can just think of it this way, in the Bible it says that God is omnipresent. I'm going to say that the divine God is presence itself. And when we align with presence, we align with the divine. When we look into another's eyes and we see presence in their eyes, we are looking with presence in our eyes. And that is the divine. That is acknowledging the divine. The divine is acknowledged through our presence. And that is the age we're moving into now. To see that in a leaf, in a rock, in a bird, in your partner, in the grocery store clock, we to see that divinity and that shining light of presence in everything, not specialness, not I only see it in my child or my grandchild or my lover. I see it in everyone I meet. That's the important part. And we're moving now, as Michelle said, in the age of energy, and our access to energy. The two primary energy generators that we have is thoughts and emotions. Now, in the past, most people have given the power of their thoughts and their feelings, their emotions, over to something outside of themselves. You make me angry, or I need you to make me feel loved, or whatever. And this shift that we're making now is to own those feelings. They're yours. You're creating them. You're creating the anger. You're creating the jealousy. You're creating the grief. You're creating them, not outside circumstances. Yeah. And they all come from thoughts. There's thoughts. Most thoughts are unconscious. Almost all your thoughts are generated by unconscious processes with us. And the way to monitor what's happening in those unconscious processes is how you're feeling. Because your feelings are more honest, they're more honest barometers of what is going on in your subconscious than the few thoughts that you become aware of. And in the past, your thoughts have been, generated by your education, by your socialization, by your preferences, etc., etc. Now, this age that we're moving into is when we start to regain our power over our thoughts and over our awareness. So we start to choose the thoughts we want to think. We start to choose the feelings we want to feel. And you can't make that choice without presence.
Yeah.
The only time that we can choose a thought or we can choose an emotion is when we are present. Now, for most people, they have very little awareness of presence. They live their lives mostly in that matrix, the matrix of time, of yesterday and tomorrow. So time is controlling your thoughts. Time is controlling your emotions. There is no presence there. There's no awareness. So therefore there has been no choice, no conscious choice. And now we be given the opportunity to actually start to make these decisions moment to moment. How do I want to feel in this moment? Yeah, but what about that and that and that? No. How do you want to feel now? Because the energy that's being unleashed now is how you feel will show up very quickly in your life of circumstances and situations.
Much quicker.
Very, very quick.
Yeah.
And so it is to be very aware that we are creating in a very real way our next experience by the thoughts we are thinking now and by the feelings we're feeling now. And that's very important.
Yeah. You said something earlier on, we were having a chat, and John said it's turning up the volume or turning up the ability to influence matter with thought.
Yeah, that's what's happening. It's like
that's what it is.
Switch,
it's like the volume's being turned up.
Yeah.
That we have more energy available to us to actually shift matter with thought. And the more we do that, the quicker it becomes. So I don't know if you've noticed that you'll have a thought and then suddenly something happens and you think, oh my goodness, that's exactly what I was thinking. It's happening faster and faster, and I think it's going to happen even faster in the years to come. So they've been talking about the age of Aquarius for years and years. I mean, I've known about that since the 50s, you know. Well, I wasn't born in the 50s, but the 60s, the age of Aquarius. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Ages have a long birth process. So an age is different to this. This is not an age. So these two things at play here. Saturn and Jupiter are moving into Aquarius. In 3 years' time, they'll be followed by Pluto. So that's a very Aquarian move, okay? But then there's also something called an age, which takes about 2,000 years. And this is being hailed, this time now, is being hailed as the actual move into the age of Aquarius, which is the age of energy. So it's a big deal. And just in terms of days, tomorrow we've got the solstice as well, and which means that the Sun and Mercury move into Capricorn. So there's a lot of different things happening which are going to be playing out for the next year. So, and more, and beyond that. So it's really about taking responsibility. It's about
that's a big one. That's a very big one.
Huge.
That's taking responsibility.
That's what I see it. I see Saturn as
that's a huge one.
Because the Saturn cycle in our charts, we have the Saturn cycle goes around, takes about 29 years or so to go around, and that's divided up into 7-year cycles. So when you look at your life, you see 7 years old, 14 years old, 21, 28. 28 is where you finally become an adult. We think that you're an adult when you're 21. You're not. You're still in training. You're an adult when you're 28, which is very often when you get married, or if you got married when you're very young, you think, maybe I shouldn't have got married so young.
7-year itch comes along.
The 7-year itch is a Saturn thing. So it's basically that cycle. It's the maturity cycle. It's how are we maturing. And then you have another Saturn return 28, 29 years later. And then if you live to very old, you have a third one. And each one is the same cycle, but you've kind of risen in your awareness. So it's you're not just going around in circles, you're going up in a spiral pattern like that with higher awareness. And this one is higher awareness, absolutely. And where do we take responsibility? Where do we lie to ourselves? Where do we say, I'm feeling this when I'm not feeling that? Take responsibility for how you're feeling, for what we're saying, for our actions. So that's, for me, that's what this major great conjunction is actually saying.
Yeah.
That we have the opportunity to do that, and in so doing, to raise our consciousness, our frequency, and so to raise the frequency of the planet. Yeah.
And there's another divide to look at here, and that is the divide between energy and matter. So we've generally worshipped the world of matter. That's what we have for a long time.
Yeah.
2,000 odd years we've worshipped matter. We've worshipped things. In fact, the mind really only knows things. And when it looks at yourself, when your mind looks at who you are, it sees you as a thing, as a substance, as something that is born, has a certain physical existence, and then dies. And we tend to value only things. But what holds the things? There's an infinite space that holds things. And that space we give a word and we call it presence, or we call it life. It's the same thing, not a thing. And that is pure energy, that is pure potentiality, which holds the things. Now, one of the parts of making the shift is to realize who you are. You're not your name, you're not your roles, you're not your achievements, you're not your possessions. That's not who you are. They are that which you have for a brief moment in time, and they all go. But you are something deeper than that. And one of the sort of signposts, one of the words that we can use to help us understand a bit deeper of who we are, if we're not a thing, we're not a name, is the word the I am, the Aya Asha, the I am that I am. And that I am can be thought of. If you think of it this way, if you think of a brick wall, maybe a face brick wall, you can see all the individual bricks. And what holds those bricks together is the cement. The cement is the actual formless into which the form arises. Now that cement, I'm going to just use in this analogy to say that cement, that holding space, is presence or the divine. And the I am is the name of the divine. It's the only word that God gave to himself in the Bible. Is the Asha, I am that, I am. When Moses approached the burning bush and said, but who are you? And guess whose name that is? It's your name. If you leave off the story, for example, I am John. John is a story. John is a thing. Was created in time and space. But the I am is timeless, eternity. And I would suggest that we start to honor the space between our thoughts. We start to honor this primal creative energy, which is very, very sacred, which we give a name and we call it the I am. And be very mindful and take responsibility for what we put after that sacred name. Yeah. So if we say, I'm sick and tired, what are we creating? If we say, I'm very angry, I am angry, are we creating that? And I believe that we now have this responsibility on our shoulders to be very careful, very mindful of what words we place after the I am. Now we can use this in a very creative way. So we can decide that, well, I would like, for example, to experience more abundance in my life. So then that's fine. We can say, I am abundant. Now the mind will come in and say, have you looked at your bank statement lately? You ain't abundant. And no, you're the creator. So you use your conscious awareness to come back to your point of power, which is the present moment, and make that statement, I am abundant. And here, when you bring in your power of feeling into that as well, so you have the words and you have the feeling, you add this tremendous energy to the field. And the field will show up in ways that you have commanded it to. You can say the words, for example, instead of saying, I'm angry, you can use it to say, I am peaceful. I am peaceful. Or they're a very angry person. They are peaceful. Now, the mind might say, well, that's not true right now. But as you said, and as you start to ripple that into the field, because it's energy, it will change the form. And you and we will start to experience a world that is filled more with love, more with joy, more with peace. So that is the one vital tool which we would like to leave you with tonight. To be very mindful of the power of the I am and what you place after it. And make a conscious choice as you move through your day to use that power to create the world you want, not the world you don't want. So we have that dichotomy, we have that split, the world of fear. I am fearful. I am scared. I am trusting. I am held by light, by life. I am at peace. I am always provided for. That's the power which we have now. Very, very strong power. And we have a lot of momentum in the mind, and the mind has been around for a long time, and will try and carry you back into your insecurities, into your fears, into your anxieties. And to help you with that, we have two things. We have a course called Journey to Freedom, because this world we're talking about, the Age of Aquarius, is the doorway into freedom. And on the 28th of January, we have a new course starting. And the details of that course are available on our website, which is journeysofawakening.com. Please take a look at that. And we have an ongoing...
transformational.
It's a 13-week journey which will support you.
Not the same afterwards.
Yeah, that's the point. The people who join the course are definitely not the people that exit after 13 weeks. That's for sure. So it's a long process of transformation to support you through this process.
Of becoming aware of who you really are and your patterns, because in terms of like that, what John said with the I am and making a statement, one of the most powerful things you can do is to, when you really know yourself and you know what your issues are, what you believe and about yourself that probably isn't factual. So for example, a very common one is I'm not good enough. You then come up with something that I am enough, or I am loved, or I am beautiful, or whatever it is. So by actually undoing the layers of what your beliefs are and your conditioning is, you can actually then shift it into a new consciousness. But you can't really do that if you're not aware of it. So that's what the process is.
Yeah.
Apart from the whole.
So that Journey to Freedom is a 13-week course. We give you exercise to do, affirmations, meditations, teaching videos over 13 weeks. So have a look at our website, journeysofawakening.com. And the other thing that's on there is our monthly ongoing platform. Just a support platform, includes 2 Zoom calls a month, and that is called Inner Space. Inner Space. Yeah. And that's what it's really all about, getting into that space between the things, between the thoughts, between the drama of your life, into that inner space. That's where our real power lies. So we have that platform on offer on our website as well.
Yeah, and that's what's going to carry us, this new awareness, this new consciousness is what's going to carry us through the times that we have ahead of us. Because there's going to be a lot more change.
A lot more
challenge, especially this year.
Yeah.
So it's to, whatever you do in your own way, it's just to know that that's where the focus needs to be. It's not on the outside, it's in the inside.
Yeah.
And that we have the ability to shift our own reality by the choices that we make, moment by moment by moment.
Of the thoughts we think and the feelings we feel. You must remember also, there's a big warning sign here. The old world doesn't want to die. The people who control the old world, they don't want to die either. So they're going to do everything they can to get you to choose fear, false evidence appearing real, so that you will be manipulated. It takes conscious effort to put your hands on the steering wheel and steer yourself in the direction you want to go. And I would suggest that is love, that is joy, that is peace, that is connection. But you must remember the warning is that the world of things isn't going to validate that. They're going to try and hypnotize you into their world of fear, of separation, of dividing. And we have the power. We have the infinite power within us to create a new earth. Don't let that old world take that power away from you. We are the power. My point of power is in the present moment. And one of the most important things we can do right now is to be centered and to meditate. Prayer and meditation, absolutely powerful and very, very necessary in this transformation process. Very, very necessary. And your meditation contributes to this shift. Just know that. So every day, please, please, please invest some of your energy, if not all of your energy, but some of your energy in this transformation process. Be the change you want to see in the world. And so, are you going to give us another guided meditation?
I can do that.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks, John. I just wanted to end with this something also, just little something for food for thought here. Aquarius, mythologically in myth, was known as Prometheus, the Titan god that stole fire from the gods and gave it to humans. And that liberated them from the controlling tyranny of the gods. So that's what Aquarius actually is. It's where the power is given back to the people. And we realize that we actually have the power. The power isn't top down, and we just have to toe the line. So this is actually about stepping back into our true power, and that's done moment by moment.
Yeah. Your point of power is in the present moment. Don't let anything take you away from that knowledge, that inner knowingness. My point of power is in the present moment. My point of power is in love. My point of power is in peace. Not in reaction, not in fear, but in peace.
Okay.
So thank you. It's such a special evening tonight, and thank you all for joining us. We're going to have our own little private meditation tomorrow night, and I can ask you all, if you want to join us in the ethers energetically, then you're welcome to do that.
7 o'clock. 7 o'clock is actually where it becomes exact.
That's South African time.
So have a look into the sky if it's dark by then. It'll still be around after 7:30 should be if there's no clouds. But take time tomorrow at 7, just to, because I think there's a lot going on tomorrow, and even now. So any time from now, even if you take 5 minutes, just sit quietly, look at something, bring yourself back into presence. Bring your energy back. Just keep doing that for the next few days.
And the alignment of the two planets will be seen in the western sky.
Yeah, just after
sunset. You won't see them here at 7 because the sun's still up.
Yeah, but you should see them a bit later.
A bit later you'll see them together. You're on the western sky.
Okay.
So thank you.
All right, let me lead you out with a meditation. So just taking a beautiful, slow, deep breath in. And a slow breath out, and exhale out. Just releasing any tension, any pressure, anything you don't need to carry in this moment. Another beautiful long breath in, all the way up and then out. And as you breathe out, relax and soften your body. Just feel the tension and the pressure, if there is any, just melting away. And now bringing your attention to your breath without trying to change it. Just being aware of this precious gift of breath that continues to flow through our whole life, every moment. With each out breath, see if you can just drop into this moment more and more. Become more and more aware that this is the moment, this precious moment. You can become aware of the sounds that you can hear around you, possibly the sounds that you can hear outside. The flow of breath coming through your nostrils. The gift of sight, what you can see behind your eyes. Smell, touch, taste. Just allow yourself to just let the outside world go. And just drop into this place of presence. And now take your attention to way, way, way out, up above your head in the sky, in the night sky. And imagine two giant bodies, Saturn and Pluto, coming together. Imagine them coming together as a very bright, beautiful star, way up there. Helping us to see the truth, helping us to take responsibility, assisting us as we step into this new reality, equipping us with what we need as we step into this new reality. So feel in your heart the gratitude that you have for this beautiful alignment, these beautiful alignments that are happening right now, for the beings of light that surround us, that are surrounding the planet right now, all over, everywhere. Feel your gratitude and send your gratitude from your heart up into that beautiful star. And now imagine that star, bringing the energy of that star, bringing that star down, and let it come down through our solar system, down into the Earth's atmosphere, down, 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 and through the top of your head, igniting you, awakening you, opening you. Let that beautiful, shining star move through your head, clearing out and letting go, releasing any thought patterns, any conditioned patterns, anything that does not serve you anymore. Bringing that light down through your neck, through your throat, igniting your ability to speak, your ability to share your truth. And further down, let that light now come down and settle for a moment in the middle of your heart, igniting your capacity to love and connect with everything and everyone. Let that light come down now into your solar plexus, igniting your true power, the power that you have to radiate your light out into the world. Let it travel further down into your sacral chakra, igniting your creativity, igniting that ability that you have to give of yourself in a unique way. Let it travel now down through your base chakra, helping you to feel supported and safe and connected, secure. And now send that star, that light, right down through your legs, through your feet and into the earth, and send it right down into the core of Mother Earth. Bringing this beautiful heavenly energy right through you, you as the conduit of this energy, connecting all the way down through the core to the middle of Gaia, the middle of Mother Earth. Standing firmly in your power, in the vertical plane, in this moment, this precious, sacred moment. And I'll bring that energy back up again from the middle of Mother Earth, all the way up through your body, and let that energy settle in your heart. And as it settles in your heart, connect with the energy of I am. I am. If you like, you can put a word behind it. I am love. Breathe that into your heart. I am peace. I am joy. Let these affirmations grow inside your heart. Let that spark of light grow and radiate out from you to your community, to your country, to your planet, as a beacon of light, connecting to everything and everybody on our planet and in the solar system and in the galaxy and in the universe. Just sit for a moment in this beautiful space of being. The point of power, my point of power, is in the present moment. This is your point of power. Feed this with your attention. Now take a beautiful, gentle breath in. And a gentle breath out. And another beautiful, gentle breath in. And a beautiful, releasing breath out. And rub your hands together. Start to come back into the room that you're in, if you're in a room. And when you're ready, you can gently, gently open your eyes.
That was powerful, beautiful. There is so much love in the world. There is so much peace in the world. It's a case of recognizing it and feeding it with our energy and our intention. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you,
That was really
John.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you everyone for joining us tonight. We've got an affirmation card for you to carry you through the next week. So besides having all this going on right now and tomorrow, we've also, for some people, got Christmas.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, if you think you're so enlightened, just see what happens when your family gets around you, and see what happens. And you find all your buttons pressed. So, we have an affirmation card, and this affirmation card will probably, besides your point of powers in the present moment, let's see if this card will help us through the festive season and keeping our sanity in our center. Choose a card.
Thank you for the unconditional love that fills me in this minute. That's lovely. I like that one.
Thank you for the unconditional love that fills me in this minute. And as you do it, you take a deep breath. Now, it's hard to be upset with Auntie whatever for saying what she said when you say thank you for the unconditional, not conditional love, but the unconditional love that fills me in this minute. I promise you, this card can help take you through this festive season with a bit more sanity and a bit more centeredness than otherwise would be possible. So thank you. I'll put this up on the page, Facebook page in a moment. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thanks,
and we will be back next Sunday. We're not going to take a break. So we will be back next Sunday, and we're looking forward to meeting up with you and hearing from you as to what your experiences have been this week. Thank you, and may you have a blessed and joyful and love-filled festive season.
Much love.
Thank you. And Namaste, Om Shanti. Bless you all. Thank you.